Ladies and gents, welcome to Geopolitical. This is Iranian president warned against targeting the ayatollah. All-out wars in caps. Yeah, shit has been amplifying a bit. Not too much, but a bit. Because I think Iran is assuming the US will attack Iran because aircraft carriers and things are moving in that direction. So apparently Iran has a precedent. That's like if you attack Ayatollah, it will be all-out war. Iran doesn't have nukes. Can Iran attack USA? All-out war where? I don't know. But that clearly means things are moving. Things are in place. I don't know if Trump gave some response or not, but it's going to be interesting. Let's do this one.
All right, it is 9 minutes after the top of the hour, and the president of Iran is warning the United States that any attacks on their supreme leader could constitute an all-out war, as President Trump calls for an end to the Ayatollah's reign.
So Chief Foreign Correspondent Trey Yingst all over this. He joins us from Tel Aviv with the latest. Hey, Trey.
Yeah, hey guys, good morning. Over the weekend, Iran's supreme leader continued to attack President Trump and the United States of America. The Ayatollah Khamenei addressed a crowd on Saturday that was chanting death to America and death to Israel as he called President Trump a criminal. The remarks, which were broadcast on state.
The recent sedition was orchestrated by the US. The US did the planning and took action. The US did everything. US is the bad guy. US sucks. Basically, that's what this is. Even the US president guilty. All right, send in your Delta Force and capture Trump. Oh, you can't do that? All right.
State-controlled media followed a slew of X posts where he falsely claimed the U.S. orchestrated the mass killing and chaos in Iran.
What? The fuck you just said? Mass? How did Trump did that?
Orchestrated.
We consider the U.S. president a criminal for the casualties, damages, and the slander he inflicted on the Iranian nation.
You did that. You brought in Iraqi paramilitaries. Like, what?
In an interview with Politico, President Trump responded saying it's time to look for new leadership in Iran. And on
It's time for shopping. Okay, I'm holding like a new like job application, and in this hall, come with the application and come with your resume. New leadership.
Sunday, Iran's President Masoud Pezeshkian warned that any aggression against the supreme leader would be considered an all-out war. As the country's leadership is discussing more about the protests, new video provided to Fox News by a source in Tehran shows Iranians gathered outside of a morgue demanding answers about their loved ones. The Iranian regime is now admitting at least 5,000 people were killed during these demonstrations. The true number is likely much higher and could be in the tens.
Yeah, we saw the 12,000 number like that. That shit is insane.
Of thousands, according to some estimates. Another source in the predominantly Kurdish Iranian city of Kermanshah told Fox News that he saw bodies in the streets and that security forces came and took some of the bodies away. Around the world, protests and vigils have been held for those Iranians who were killed and the thousands that remain imprisoned following the crackdown.
The message here is keep pressure on Iran, and what's really important is, as the vigil tonight is calling for, is all political prisoners need to be free. So President Trump should set that as a new red line to have the Iranian regime release 50,000 protesters, peaceful protesters that were arrested by the regime. So we're asking the White House, keep the pressure on Iran.
Here in Israel.
What pressure? They're literally flexing in front of Trump. Trump is a criminal. US did this. You better not attack us or we'll answer back. So how is Trump going to put pressure?
The military and political echelons continue to hold consultations about the possibility of war with Iran. Guys, back to you.
So Trey, the death.
Okay, war is a stretch. I think attack of some kind. What implies like US gonna put troops there and it's gonna stretch out or some shit like that. I don't see that happening. Okay, here's a video about Trump saying it's time, not just for new leadership in Iran.
The death toll in Iran reportedly topping 3,000 since protests started 3 weeks ago as the Ayatollah blames President Trump, threatening him from the bunker where he's reportedly been in hiding since the U.S. strikes last June.
We consider the U.S. president a criminal for the casualties, damages, and the slander.
Yeah, we just saw this. Let's get to Trump part. It's time. Oh, this is the one.
Tough, quote, it's time to look for new leadership in Iran. What he is guilty of as a leader of a country is the
Yeah, I think Trump has that prince of Iran, Prince King, whatever. I think he's in USA, right? He's right now in USA. So I don't know, like look for new leadership. I think Trump can just go for him. Trump can go after Ayatollah, remove Ayatollah or make Ayatollah run to Russia or whatever, and literally put Prince, the former Prince of Iran, current Prince of Iran, I don't know how that works, but literally put him as a leader or temporary leader until the new elections are there or whatever, right? Whatever the process is. But Trump has the Prince of Iran. He was Prince of Iran was saying that, okay, it's time to seize the moment, basically talking to Trump or giving message to Trump, things like that. So Trump has someone that he can put there, I guess.
complete destruction of the country in the use of violence at levels never seen before. The leadership should focus on running his country properly, like I do with the United States, and not killing people by the thousands in order to keep control. Our next guest, Iranian activist and investor, has been advocating heavily for extended family still in.
Here's another clips of Trump saying he advises that Trump advised, the advisor advised Trump the Iran strike would not direct guarantee regime change. This is what I said yesterday. Like there might be CIA intelligence that says if we attack, that doesn't guarantee the regime change. So US might not risk that. US might not risk something until they're absolutely sure this will have results. And I think that's what's happening.
If they start killing people like they have in the past, we will get involved. We'll be hitting them very hard. We've been told that the killing in Iran is stopping. It's stopped. It's stopping. And there's no plan for executions or executions. So I've been told that a good authority.
Okay, is the president's position on the Iranian regime softening, or is his more subdued tone the last couple of days the quiet before the storm? Well, let's bring it back to our panel to see what they think. Welcome back, panel. So the Wall Street Journal has this headline. They say President Trump was told an attack on Iran wouldn't guarantee collapse of regime. He was advised the U.S. military would need more firepower in the Middle East to launch large strike attack.
I don't know what that means. If you have like 2-3 destroyers and an aircraft carrier, or submarine, 2 Aliberg destroyers, an aircraft carrier, same amount that they had in Venezuela, I think that's enough. Because I'm pretty sure US and their US military has been supplementing every ship, like basically shoving steroids down their throat or something like that, right? Many missiles in every single destroyers and submarines. So submarine, 2 destroyers, an aircraft carrier. I think you're fine. I mean, more than that, I don't think you need anything. I think you should have ships that houses Aegis system. So you have defense just covered. Aegis is literally the best system you have, right? So if you have that and you have few ships, but then again, that's easier said than done, I guess. If they do that, I don't think you need more after that.
And protect American forces. So, Matt, listen, the president says no one convinced him, he convinced himself, but we know there are more military assets moving to the region.
Absolutely. If I was a betting man, I wouldn't be taking the over on the Ayatollah anytime soon. I mean, I think this particular instance we saw over the last week was less retreat and more restraint. I think, the president doesn't love taking pictures, to use baseball parlance, but this one was a little outside the strike zone. I think what you saw was the Iranian security apparatus held. The protests didn't really fracture the regime, and any really application of force probably would have just drove us deeper in a situation we didn't want to be in. Now, I think if the regime pops off again, if they miscalculate.
Look, it's darkest before dawn. So you could see that, okay, protests didn't do anything, but right now it's the darkest because it's literally at the end. Dawn might be just there, right? Because regime is that scared. They're afraid of America and they've clamped down really hard on people. So people are also kind of pissed. So this is like a weird moment, weird time. Well, like next decision, if given by Trump or the protester or whatever, might change the tide and make history. Or regime might just come back from like a phoenix, come from this kind of a defeat. But if anything happens like that, like any result is going to be historic. if regime bounces back, it's going to be much more extreme and stronger. Forget about any type of protest in any near future. If regime doesn't bounce back and like Trump attacks, protesters ramps up, that's over for the regime. This is that critical moment. We are literally witnessing history in the making. And I feel like Trump and Israel can't let this go. There's a reason ships are moving towards that. There's a reason like certain bases around Qatar and things, there are movements there. Yeah, I mean, this is like secret, top secret level shit that we will not know about until something happens. Right? We didn't know about Iran's strike until like B-2s were already way back. And they're like, oh yeah, by the way, we bombed Iran. Like, what that happened? Yeah, okay, B-2s are literally on their way back. Shit like that. Right, well, there you go. This is like current update. Like this is literally now, right? These videos were literally from today. This is what's happening now. I'm doing this like update videos, geopolitical videos, because I feel like this is significant time. Especially related to America, and whenever America is involved, things are going to be too big. With Greenland, with Venezuela, now Iran, things are happening, right? I have like few Greenland video as well, so check that out. I'm going to post soon, and yeah, I'll see you next time.